Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanna Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 371, season 15. Today's date is October 12th, 2024, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about a radio disc jockey that worked on WLS-AM radio in the 1970s, that is. His name was J.J. Jeffrey. He passed away on October 10th, I believe. And I will do some memories of him and talk about his biography. Also, I'll talk about another forgotten menu item. This time it's from Burger King, and it's the Whaler. Remember that? So I'll talk about the history of that particular delicious item and also its history of that. So this will be fun. Before I do all that, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by McDonald's Banana Shake. There's a theme going on, so it's funny. Anyway, this commercial is from 1977. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
We're going bananas, and who'll be joining us? You, sir, you're the one. Forget your cares and sadness. Come on, join the fun. It's time to go bananas.
Hey, McDonald's introduces Go Bananas, our crazy new triple-thick banana-flavored shake.
It tastes like a frozen banana.
It's got appeal.
Win a Go Bananas vote. Put your name in the vote to participate in McDonald's for the drawing July 24th. No purchase necessary. Go to McDonald's and Go Bananas.
Okay, I am back, folks. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for McDonald's Banana Shake. I totally forgot about this product. I've talked about the Triple Ripple shake, or Triple Ripple cone, that is, about a couple of episodes back. And but their shakes were Triple Ripple. That's what they said. I remember they had the blueberry one. I'm trying to find a commercial for that. Anyway, I totally forgot about the banana one. They had Arctic Orange. I wish they had that. That's like a frozen creamsicle, like that. That was so good. Bananas, I love bananas, but when it comes to frozen or any other form it's making, I'm not crazy about it. I had a couple of times when I was a kid and wasn't thrilled about it. I was hesitant to drink it. So, but people love it. They love that. They love banana cake. They love banana ice cream. Banana pudding. I like banana cake. I love that. Ooh, or banana bread. That's awesome. Like that. Anyway, that was introduced in in the mid 1970s, so like maybe 1976 or even earlier than that, I would imagine. And then it lasted through the end of the 1970s, and then it was discontinued. But they're still available elsewhere in the world. I think England has them, the UK and other parts of the world, but not in the United States. No. They don't have it. I don't know if there's a demand for it. I haven't heard anything. Oh, that's too bad. But every year McDonald's introduces new items. For example, this week, believe this week is the Chicken Big Mac. It's like, according to some people, it's like a 2 huge Chicken McNuggets, like a Big Mac, except they don't have onions. I like to go try one and see how it tastes. I'm curious. Why not? It'd be kind of fun. Okay. Maybe I'll give you my review later on. We'll see. I don't know. I can't get it out of my mind. So anyway, At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the J.J. Jeffrey. He passed away this week. He worked at WLS-AM 89 in Chicago. And also I'll talk about the Whaler sandwich from Burger King from the 1970s. Before I get started, I want to mention a couple things. One, this coming Tuesday, Petey's Bungalow is closing for good. If you're planning to go there or make reservations, no, they're not available. You can't walk in. It's booked solid. You could try calling, but the line is busy. So that's that. So that's sad. Yeah, that's sad. So I don't know what's going to happen to the building. No idea. But I wish Petey a nice retirement. He deserves it. He really does. He lost his wife a couple of years ago. And so, like I said before, I don't know what's going to take its place. I have no idea. I saw something on Facebook this morning that what they're going to do with the sign. And someone from their page, the Petey's Bungalow page, it's not for sale. I don't know what they're going to do with it. They should put it in a museum. They should do that. Put it somewhere. Don't throw it away. No, don't throw it away. That's my suggestion. If they want to do what they want, that's fine. But hopefully, no. Because that place is an institution. Like the... Okay, second thing I want to talk about is... which I was surprised. Thursday night, my brother came home from California. He was here before in July, and he was done. He was retired. He was done with his job. He called me Wednesday and said that I'm done. I'm selling the house, and I'm just getting on the plane and coming home, and that's it. Unless there's something coming up, and he has to go back, But the house, he put it on the market. He got all his belongings. He's having some boxes shipped, last of his belongings, and he's going to stay here for the time being. I don't know where he's going to go. I wish he would stay here in Chicago, but it doesn't look like it. He wants to go to Florida. I mean, what's going on there at the moment? It's kind of bleh. It's just a mess. Hopefully, it'll change his mind. Besides, he's not feeling well, so hopefully he has to go see a doctor and then, take care of himself. Then, but he'll spend a lot of time with us, with me, my other brother, and my mother. So it's going to be nice. It'll be nice. We had a nice barbecue last night, and that was wonderful. And we talked and like that. So he misses us, and he seemed better when he's with us for some strange reason. So. We don't know what his plans is. So I'm praying that he stay here. He wants to go to Greece too. Every time I tell people that he wants to live in Greece, I get a frown from people. It's a wonderful country. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But living there, it's another story. I don't want to get into that. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. And by the way, he loves my podcast. So that's a big plus for me. All right. So right now I'm going to talk about J.J. Jeffrey. When his death was announced, I didn't really remember him, but then he kind of sort of is familiar to me vaguely. So I saw pictures of him and I go, oh, I remember him now. Yeah. He was only in Chicago for a few years. And there's some what do they call them? Radio checks on YouTube. You can listen to him. I listened to some of them last night. He had a nice voice, and I did remember him. Yeah, but it was so long ago. I was a kid then. I was in grade school. And I'll give you his biography. I'll tell you where he was born and his career. So, J.J. Jeffrey Jr., his real name is Joseph Noyes. I think that, or Noyes, or is it Noyes? Yeah, it's Noyes. It's spelled Noyes. It reminds me of a street in Evanston. So, He was born on May 29th, 1940. He was born in Portland, Maine, not Chicago, and he worked as a disc jockey during the 60s and the 70s. He began his career in the 50s in Maine, and then he moved to Boston as the afternoon drive disc jockey for WRKO, which is now radio, the Big 68. That was New England's big music station, radio station, that is. Okay. And he hosted countdowns and did that, and he was very energetic, and he said some crazy things, but he left in 1969, and he became the afternoon DJ in Philadelphia at WFIL. Did that. And then he was there for about a couple of years. Then he moved to Chicago, and he became the late nights at WLS-AM radio, 89. And I listened to one of the radio checks yesterday, and that was his first night on the air. Was there, and you can listen to it if you like. And he was there from 1971 to 1975. So he left WLS in 1975. He had a business partner named Bob Fuller, and he was a disc jockey at Maine. And they purchased a radio station in Lewiston, Maine, where he was born, and it was WBLM. And then I guess he missed his hometown. And then he purchased other radio stations, country music. There was WOKQ, and then he became very successful like that. So that was great. Like that. And when his death was announced, a lot of people were very saddened. I think Bob Surratt was, and let's see who else. John Records Landecker, maybe him. I guess so. People that worked with him, during the station. So that's... So he passed away on October 10th at the age of 84 of cancer. Oh, damn that disease. So other than the radio checks on YouTube, there's like a couple clips from a TV show called Kennedy and Company. That was a talk show that I think was hosted by Bob Kennedy Jr. I think that's the name. I forgot. I got to talk about him on I will talk about him on a podcast. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We'll see about that. That could be an interesting topic. I haven't done an episode of him yet. Okay. So, and then, so there's some clips, and he's interviewed on the clip. And then there's other DJs interviewed as well. I watched it, and that was very fascinating. I loved it. Like that. He seemed like a very nice, cool, calm guy. I don't know if he was a crazy person. It doesn't sound like it to me. So, I don't know. So, my condolences to the family. So, part of my youth is gone, because of that, listening to the radio. Like I always said, I listened to my Toodaloop radio on WLS. You only had AM radio, like that. Or you had the transistor. I used to listen on the school bus going to Crace and going there. So it's a shame. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Burger King Whaler. Here's a sandwich that was fondly remembered by most people. So right now I'm going to play a commercial for the Burger King Whaler. This is not from the 70s, it's from the 1980s. They made the Whaler returned. It was discontinued. I'll explain the whole history of the fish sandwiches at Burger King. Fish is not my favorite. Blech. But okay, what do you got to do it? So here's a commercial from 1983. and it's the return of the Burger King Whaler. Okay, and when I come back, I'll talk about like I said, I'll talk about the history of the fish sandwiches at Burger King. Okay, all right. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you.
Just when you thought this was the big fish in the sea, Burger King brings back the Whaler. A crispy golden fish fillet. Tender, all-white meat, topped with creamy tartar sauce. The Whaler, so big, so tempting, so... The Whaler doesn't get swallowed up by the bun like some others do.
You know who, yes, you know who.
Aren't you hungry for the Burger King Whaler now?
Yes.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for the Burger King Whaler fish sandwich from 1983. You can view that on YouTube. It has a cameo. The McDonald's Fillet of Fish sandwich has a cameo there. Kind of sneaky advertising, if you ask me. So, before I get started with the Whaler, let me explain something. You know, I'm not crazy about fish, but for some reason, there's some fish I do like. Like, for example, there's salmon. It's delicious. You know, I've had poached, but I like broiled, you know, a little lemon. It's fine. Tartar sauce. I love tartar sauce. I like flounder, you know, or perch. My mom makes that sometimes. It's good. It's very healthy. You know, shrimp and lobster and crab. Crab I like okay, but, you know, I like it with a lot of lemon. It tastes funny that way. Lobster, yeah, that's okay. Shrimp, I'm not a big shrimp person. Not really. Unless it's coconut shrimp. That's tasty, you know, like that. But, I'm not a huge fan. You know, so, but when I go out to dinner, I usually don't order shrimp. No, fish, that is. Not really. Some of my friends do. They ordered halibut. I like halibut. But that's not, let's say if it was the only thing on the menu, yeah, I'll order it. Or I have to be fasting or dieting like that. Anyway, so... Fillet of fish, I haven't had fillet of fish in a long time from McDonald's. It's very salty, but it's good. I love the tartar sauce. You can eat. They had the double ones. I used to like that, and that's for when Lent is coming. You know, it's next year. So I would order a sandwich. I like it. I really do. A lot of calories, but that's been there for years. So. Burger King had an idea and to compete with McDonald's to create a fish sandwich, you know, for their own franchise. And of course, they created the Whaler. Okay, and I will give you a history of that. All right. So, so I think the Whaler started in 1970. Like 75, 76 or something like that. And I remember when my school, Correa's moved from Damon Avenue to Palos Hills, the Burger King was about next block. You know, it's like on 111th Street. It was there. It's not there anymore. I talk about the Ice Burger, you know, like that. Anyway, so I remember seeing the Whaler in the menu. And I did try it. It wasn't bad. It was good. It seemed like it was not a thicker one, almost identical to the fillet of fish. And it had tartar sauce. I think it had lettuce, I believe. Yeah, probably. And yeah, maybe cheese, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time ago. So it was there from... like about 1975 to 1978, and then they got rid of it. And they call it, and sometimes it was advertised as the genuine Burger King fish steak sandwich. And yeah, I was right. They had lettuce and tartar sauce, you know. Where a fillet of fish, they had cheese, you know, that. Anyway, so in 1978, they changed it. And instead of a regular, like a hamburger bun, they turned it into a long bun, and they call it the long fish sandwich, which I remember. I'll get to that in a second. And it was part of the introduction of the specialty sandwich line. Like, for example, they had chicken sandwiches, which is still there, which is delicious. And ham and cheese, I remember that. And then it returned in the 80s as the Whaler. They did that, but it didn't last long. So, and then when Burger King introduced their broiled chicken sandwich, the B Broiler, you remember that? The fish sandwich was returned, but they call it the BK fish sandwich, I believe. That's what it's called. The BK Big Fish Sandwich. All right. They did that. Now, when I worked at Burger King in 1981, about in the fall, right after when I graduated from Bogan and I went to Daly College, I worked there from 81 to about early 1983. I sometimes worked at the broiler, making the chicken sandwiches, the fish sandwiches, the ham and cheese. I never got the ham and cheese down pat. I don't know. I always had help for some strange reason. Chicken sandwiches and fish sandwiches I did. And there was a woman that I used to work with. She worked part-time. She was an elderly woman, but she was very agile, but very sweet, very funny. Her name was Julie. I remember her. And she worked there, and she would talk into a Betty Davis accent. She goes, "Peter, fish." Oh, I forgot that. That is hilarious when she did that. I said, "Oh, coming up." I got to put the pole in the fryer. She died laughing. Anyway, so I was, like I said, I left at early 1983 and I went to DeVry full time. And I remember seeing and it was advertised, the long sandwiches like that. And over the years, it's changed, and I mentioned about the BK Big Fish, and then they renamed it the Premium Alaskan Fish Sandwich, and then I'm sure it's still there. Yeah, I'm sure it's still there. I haven't ordered a fish sandwich at Burger King in a very long time. I ordered a chicken sandwich, the long ones, the original, about a couple of weeks ago. I was going somewhere, and I wanted a chicken sandwich. I don't want a hamburger. I love hamburgers. It was still the original. You had the breaded and the mayonnaise and the lettuce. I went to one Burger King one time about a couple of months ago. They put too much mayo. It was like, ugh. I had to scrape it off. So anyway, so it was good, So, the Whaler is very memorable to me and most people, because of the name of the sandwich, I believe, like that. They wouldn't call it that today. No. So, another trip down memory lane for forgotten sandwiches. From Burger King, McDonald's, and who knows? Wendy's, maybe. We'll see about that. One last thing, I want to mention that I saw this on Facebook, that Jack in the Box is going to open their first restaurant in Joliet, which is exciting, and it's going to be in the former Arby's. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion. There's an Arby's near my house. It's in Hickory Hills. They're going to open that, I believe. So I'm disappointed Arby's is gone over there. The closest one to me is like in Tinley Park or Orland. That's kind of far. Orland Park, that is. So sometimes you need your roast beef fix, or your potato cake. So I'm glad it's not going to be a bad one. So I haven't heard the official news that they're going to open Jack in the Box there in Hickory Hills on 95th Street and Roberts Road. We'll see. If it does, I'll go there. Maybe I'll have a fish sandwich. I don't know what their fish sandwich is called, but I'll have a hamburger. Okay, so that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about My tribute to J.J. Jeffrey. He was a radio disc jockey in the 1970s. He worked at WLS-AM 89 in Chicago. Also, I talk about the Burger King Whaler sandwich. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast. Just tap any apps and tap following. You'll get the latest episode. You can listen to previous episodes as you wish. Also, there's also Good Pods. I don't know if you have that app. I never use it. Anyway, then it's on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. I have them listed, so you can click on the link. It'll take you right there. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel again and again and again. People ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You can find it on YouTube. Just do a search, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, or my name, Pete Costanis. You will find it. Tap subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the latest episode. You will receive a notification. You can listen to previous episodes as you wish. Also, it will also be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, Reddit, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I think I got them all. Okay. Sometimes you could do a Google search and you'll find it. You can find Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Yeah. I never mentioned that often. So it's there. Okay. So this is Pete Costanis, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Thank you for joining me. Today is a chilly day. Yesterday was a little warm. It's going to be warm for the next couple of days, and I will probably do another podcast tomorrow. I probably will. I think I know what I'm going to talk about. I think I mentioned the subject earlier in the broadcast. So, we'll see. So, here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from Ray Rayner saying bye-bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.